when you just have to lose weight fast, say you want to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, I'm going to go over 3 somewhat extreme diets that really do work. Now, the first diet is called the steak, eggs, and avocado diet, and that's it. That's all you eat: steak, eggs, and avocados. Now, this diet is a little bit like a carnivore diet. A carnivore diet, which is becoming popular now, is you're only eating like meats. So like steak and eggs would be classified as a carnivore diet. The reason why I like to add avocados is because when you're only eating steak and eggs, you're really not getting vitamin C, you're really not getting potassium, you're really not getting, any fiber. So an avocado has all of that. An avocado is really high in potassium. An avocado is high in fiber, by 17 grams of fiber. So for example, if you're having, say, steak and eggs for breakfast, but then for lunch you're having steak and eggs and, say, an avocado, and for dinner you're doing the same thing, you're gonna get like over 30 grams of fiber from eating 2 avocados every single day. And just in general, steak and eggs, probably one of the most nutrient-dense foods you can possibly eat. Like red meat has so many vitamins and minerals. Same thing with eggs, high in protein, high in healthy fats. Another reason why I love this diet so much is that it has the ideal, in my opinion, macronutrient ratios. If you don't know what macronutrients are, they're just protein, fats, and carbohydrates. I'm a big believer in low-carb eating. So this diet comes in about 60% of your calories will come from fats, healthy fats. About 30% of your calories are going to come from protein. And then about 10%, 7 to 10%, it's a pretty low-carb diet, is going to come from carbohydrates. So I think this is an ideal diet to quickly lose weight. I would say this is more of an extreme, like short-term diet. Maybe do it for 2 weeks to a month, lose 10, 15 pounds, like really quick. Another reason why this diet works so well is that within a couple days, within 2-3 days, you should be in a state of ketosis. Being in a state of ketosis just means that you're burning fat like crazy. So when you eat these low carbohydrate diets, and your glycogen levels, when you eat carbohydrates, the excess sugars, the excess calories are stored away in the muscles and the liver in the form of glycogen. When you deplete these levels, like when your liver gets like really low in stored carbohydrates, the body starts burning fat and the liver makes ketones. You should burn like a ton of fat when you're eating just steak, eggs, and avocados. Great diet. Now, the second diet I want to talk about is my sweet potato and fish diet. I know a lot of people don't like to eat red meat, so I wanted to give them another option. But sweet potatoes are incredibly healthy for you, loaded with fiber, high in potassium, incredibly satisfying to eat a sweet potato. And a sweet potato, the average size sweet potato, only about 110, 120 calories. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck by eating a sweet potato. Now, actually, there is a diet where people only eat sweet potatoes, but I think sweet potatoes are too low in protein. That's why I like to add fish to the sweet potato. So for example, let's say for breakfast that you just have a sweet potato. Maybe you put a little bit, maybe you roast a sweet potato the night before, put a little cinnamon, not sugar cinnamon, just a little plain cinnamon on it. Great for breakfast. But then for lunch, say you have a baked sweet potato, but then you have 6 ounces of salmon. Salmon, incredibly high in omega-3, high in healthy fats, a great source of protein, incredible combination. You'll be very satisfied with relatively low calories by having, say, a sweet potato along with, say, 6 ounces of salmon. And then for dinner, you do something very similar. You have another baked sweet potato, and then maybe you have 6 to 8 ounces of shrimp. Actually low in calories, high in protein. This diet really is a great diet. First of all, it's a relatively low calorie diet. If you just ate that daily meal plan I just described, you'll probably be coming in at maybe 1,200 calories or so, even if you sprinkle a little olive oil on your sweet potato, which I think is totally okay. And also the macro ratio in this thing is pretty good too. I'm definitely a believer in this low carb type eating. So the macros come in just about even, meaning that you're going to be taking in equal amounts of calories of protein, fats, and carbohydrates eating like this. So it'll be like 33% each. Great way to lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time, just eating sweet potatoes and fish. Now the third diet I want to talk about is the 1 meal a day diet, the OMAD diet, OMAD standing for 1 meal a day. See, I wanted to give people an option who don't want to change their diet. Like if you want to still eat all your favorite foods, eat anything you want, you can still lose a lot of weight if you only eat 1 meal a day. So the OMAD diet is a form of intermittent fasting. Let me explain exactly how you do it. So you're going to pretty much fast for say 22 to 23 hours every single day. This is, once again, these extreme diets are relatively short-term diets. You'll only be following them for maybe 2 to 4 weeks. So you pretty much wake up in the morning, you're allowed to have like no calorie beverages during your fasting window. So you wake up in the morning, you can have a cup of black coffee, you can drink like herbal tea, green tea. I definitely recommend you drink a lot of like mineral type water. You can drink like Pellegrino type water. Stay hydrated throughout the day. And then you're gonna break your fast with a 1 or 2 hour eating window, and you can eat anything you want. And you know, studies have shown, research has shown that when you're only giving yourself 1 meal a day, you're gonna be restricting calories. How much can you really eat within say a 1 hour eating window? I even think a 2 hour eating window is totally acceptable. Now the reason why you're gonna lose so much weight on this diet is, first of all, like I said, you're gonna be restricting calories, you're gonna lose weight that way. Plus you're gonna get all the benefits of being in a fasted state, all the hormonal benefits. For example, your insulin sensitivity is gonna increase. So many amazing things happen. Like your blood sugar is gonna be so low. You're gonna be burning fat during that fasted period like crazy. Great diet, the 1 meal a day diet, if you don't want to change the type of foods you're eating. Okay, now what do you do now? Let's say you pick one of these diets, you've been doing it for 3-4 weeks, you're down 10-15 pounds. What do you do now? Well, I'm gonna link up another video I did about more of a long-term strategy to lose weight and to keep it off for good with intermittent fasting.